Hello, new video. So I try to clean the valve cover or cap cover, call it as you like. I found strange that there was under the not really good applied black paint, there was a hard layer of red sprayed paint. It was very difficult to remove it with grind tools, just this one. So I have applied low-cost paint remover 3 times. Each time half an hour. Then using a brush or a screwdriver or a knife to remove what wanted to remove, then reapply another layer and so on. And I discovered that there was rust, so I will have to polish it. I also try to see what I can do inside, but no, it's not good for oil. And you see, it's missing the horn. Okay, it looks like horn signal, but in fact it's air entrance with filter for the oil vapor, smoke, call it as you want. And when I try to put a liquid in it, it happens that the liquid doesn't pass through the oil. So you can see I'm using this wrench because I set the temperature very high. So I have applied also a paint remover because it was completely locked by paint. I recovered that under the red layer there was a blue paint layer, and now the water can now goes away by the hole. So I can assume, see, it's filling quickly. So the airflow is okay for servicing. Oh, you will have to clean it and repaint it. Et voilà. I have used air compressor to ensure to take out the maximum of residues that can be found inside, and then I have used white fluid cleaner, and the color of the liquid I used that went away from it was brown. Now it's nearly crystal clear. So I can assume that I did good work, and I will be ah bah non, ah non, ah non, bon. I will apply some more and let it works until it goes crystal clear. Then I will inject oil inside because it has to be oiled, as old-time air filter that was made of very thin wire with oil to capture all floating particles. And you may, if you can turn the light, that there is a little wire that goes from one of the hole. It's difficult to focus on them, but believe me, it is full of wire and they have to be oiled, and the body have to be painted. So I will mask all the hole, and I will apply a nice layer of metallic blue high temperature paint. About half an hour passed, and now what's going on? Clear yellow, but still off. Bon, I think it's enough. I will re-oil it and as you can see, we can now see much clearly the wire that simulate an air filter. So I will let it dry and apply oil and paint. Voila. While I was sanding it or polishing it, as you want, there was green juice that come from it, so I will send it another half an hour into the ultrasonic cleaner. Very boring and time consuming. You can see bubbles come from it. I will use the wrench and make them go away. Voilà. Bon, I will get back in half an hour and put the cover to keep the heat at the maximum. Okay, after 15 minutes I have returned the part in order to be sure that the deposit at the other end would move, and the liquid is very acceptable. Let's see. It's hot, more than 17 degrees. Okay. Et voilà. Allez, hop. Bon. Nouvelle ticket. Oulala, c'est hot. Cut the heat. Now, punch. Oh là 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 là. Bon. I have to take another wrench and ask Father Xmas for another end. So I get back from the bathroom and I wash it with clean water. We can see the small wires that came from the filter part. It's the same thing that you can find in the kitchen to clean metal plate. And now I will send some brake cleaners and see what the color, the liquid that exit of it. Shake it. There is no much particle in it, but it seems to be all very old the oil, so I will stop to clean it and I will use it this way. Voilà. As the valve cover, rocket cover, top cylinder cover, call it as you like, is sanded. Once again, the best brush I have used is the one with sandpaper on it, and also wired brush. I also try air sandblasting, doesn't work much, and flat mini tool doesn't help much. As you can see, which is correct. Just a little tip also, I have used brake fluid cleaner in order to check where there was still some point of rust, because it becomes much more visible when you spray the cleaner on it, and also about dead oil. Oil that become dry. So I will a light layer of oil in it, and I will paint it blue. And I have paid very much attention to the position of where the woody joint belong, to avoid leaking the top, which is now a big problem for the French mod, and it can be refused to use your car as you want. I also noticed that they put some kind of silicone joint on the entrance here. It wasn't very easy to remove, but now it's clear. While the paint of the rocket cover is drying, I have cleaned externally the exhaust manifold. I have taken off some big black residues. Now I will use paper to fire it inside in order to burn all the residues. I have taken off the flap. I have polished it. And now time to fire it. I have sprayed some bricklayer's fluid, which is highly flammable. I have done extension and with this paper. I have a bottle of water and it consumes. and the residues goes by in a smoke. I will repeat the operation about 3 or 4 times. I put some little piece of wood to be sure that there is enough heat. Well, the fire is over now. I will let it stop the smoke and I will et voilà. It's not perfect, but it is slightly better than it was. There is much less residues. I have took time also to polish the flat surface to ensure that the joint will be very well in contact. There was a lot of tar and residues, and now I will check if I have some materials to ruin or to remove in order to make the port feel perfectly the manifold. So I have applied a layer of paint protection tape over the port. I have applied the manifold joint. I took care to put it in the right side because the dark side, which has no label, must be in contact with the engine, and the other side there is a little mark on it which is our sign AUSSIN, which means output, which is the manifold side. So I will take a cutter knife and see what I have to remove in the manifold to ensure that the joint is aligned with the port. So here is the result. Very few materials to remove on this port. On this one a lot, but due to the form, I will round the edge at the maximum to ensure it will work great. Same for the other large ports, and the small one is have just a bit to remove. Here it is. This is what I've done with the material. I did not go too far because I wasn't sure that I would have enough material in the manifold, and I preferred to keep safe and round at the best I can the port. So I think it will flow nicely. I hope so. If you want to focus on that, it's well rounded and there is no edges on inside too. I have touched all the bumps and flattened them. And this time I have used this kind of, if you want, this kind of tools for the ML machine or compatible machine, and it took about 3 hours for this result. It's very round, so I hope exhaust gas will have a lot of fun with that. I have used steel wool in order to remove any trace of rust and product I have sprayed. And as you can see, it's more impressive this way. When it is returned, you can see it's a little bit polished. So now I will mask them and paint it blue. So here it is, the new color, as you can see. It has a better look.